Hello everyone, it's Lauren here, only Shade Drops, back for another video. So, it's been a little bit quiet. It's been like 2 weeks since my last video, I know. I've had a bit of headphone problems, like my big headphones don't work anymore, so I picked some earphones, so it will be okay for the reaction videos. And for Eurovision news I did not have enough material, also did not have a lot of motivation after the news from 2 weeks ago where we talked about the cancellation of the vote concerning Israel's participation. But yeah, I'm here and I am ready to give you the news. So just before you do that, please put a like, subscribe. We're not far from the 350 subscribers, so that would be really amazing to see happen just before the start of the season. And yeah, put a little comment below, it always helps with the algorithm. You can follow me on social media, Blue Sky, Instagram, links in the description below. I will see you there. Let's go. Alright, so I'm starting with an article here that I've got about the ORF Director General. It's an article from the Austrian website apa.at, Austria Press Agentur. And here I have an English translation, so it's maybe not 100% accurate. I'm gonna share screen right now so you all can see what the article looks like. I think that's good enough. No? Okay, let's forget about that. So I'm just gonna read it aloud here. Alright, so the ORF General Director Roland Weissmann calls for a return to the original idea of United by Music. It is not a political but a musical event for him. And for him it's still clear that Israel must participate. Yeah, okay, this is gonna be a bit of a headache of an article. So here we've got the Foundation Board Chairman Lederer, who wants to hold ongoing talks and persuade the other EBU members with tact. Quote, "It is time of diplomacy in front and behind the curtain." That's Weissmann. So we have here, we have Weissmann, who's the ORF boss, and Hans Lederer, who's the Foundation Board Chairman. And he says that from official Austria and Vienna, he feels a push for Israel's participation. I don't know where he got that info from. So here is a quote, I think, from Weissmann, who says he assumes a lot of countries will participate in the anniversary year. We will only know December 10 when the discussion at general meeting is over and their participation fees have been paid. And then the article goes on, is of particular interest is whether one of the big five drops out. Spain would drop out if Israel participates. That's at least what they say, so that would be one. And then quote from Weissmann, "The financial risk is very manageable. If one or two countries do not participate, it is absolutely manageable." That's a completely delusional take from Weissmann, because he's like, yeah, if one or two countries do not participate, you know, first of all, it's not about one or two countries. There are more than one or two countries who plan on withdrawing if Israel takes part. You've got Spain, the Netherlands, Slovenia, Ireland, and potentially Iceland. But mostly, Spain is a member of the Big Five, which are the biggest donators to the contest. The biggest contributors is a better word to use, and the Netherlands is the 6th biggest. So without these two, the financial loss here would be huge. The EBU would have to rise the participation costs, which would make it so then countries that already struggle with participation fees will not be able to afford that anymore and will just have to withdraw. So if you lose just these 2 countries, you're gonna lose more just by domino effect. And then you lose Slovenia and Ireland, which are, they also contribute, even though it's not as big as Spain and the Netherlands. Participation fee higher again, you lose even more countries. So that will lead to domino effect, and you might lose a lot more countries than you think. But that is, of course, if they do withdraw, if they hold on to their word, which I completely trust them to do. I think Spain and the Netherlands and Ireland and Slovenia will definitely withdraw if Israel is still in. So let's continue here. The goal is for as many countries as possible to participate. And here the article says that according to rumors, the Chancellor's party ÖVP has already campaigned behind the scenes for the withdrawal of the ORF as the host of the event if Israel is denied participation. That's not allowed to do, I think, for a party of a politician to campaign for a withdrawal behind the scenes. Yeah, well, we've got in Spain we had the Prime Minister who called for a withdrawal, but that wasn't public. And yeah, that's just very weird, and I don't think that ORF would withdraw if Israel is denied participation. I don't think they want to miss an opportunity to host the contest. And here's another quote from Weissman. So, participation in Eurovision includes the fact that if you win, you have to hold the next Eurovision, contract supply. Theoretically, it would be possible for another broadcaster to step in, but the cost would still be with us. So yeah, they're already using so much money on the hosting of Eurovision, spending so much money. I don't know why I keep on losing words today. They're spending so much money that there is no way that in, I don't know, let's say December, when we have the meeting of the general assembly of the EBU in December. So let's imagine that Israel is banned from Eurovision 2026. I don't think that ORF would be like, yeah, okay, we're not hosting. I think that they've already spent too much money to go backwards. And okay, then we have quotes from the foundation chairman board, Lederer, the chairman of the foundation board of ORF. He says, of course, the Eurovision has to take place in Vienna. It cannot be that the ORF allows itself to be persuaded not to hold an event. What's next? The ban on special broadcasts? Okay, that's a reasonable quote. Then the article goes on saying that ORF acts independently and has a public service mandate. Although there is clearly a need for discussion which will also be met, he could not imagine giving in to political pressure. They are looking for dialogue with religious communities, the initiative Solidarity Israel, or political stakeholders. The aim is to take away fears and worries. Then we got another quote of Lederer saying that it says we want Israel to participate, and the article says that Lederer speaks out against cancel culture. So that's another thing. Like, okay, we want to ban a country whose government is committing a genocide, and that's cancel culture. That's why do politicians always come back on terms like that? They always use them like, we gotta stop cancel culture. That's insane. I don't like cancel culture that much, but this is not cancel culture. Like, I don't get it. And then he goes on saying that it will be a difficult, sensitive song contest, but it will take place here in Vienna. There is a lot at stake for Vienna as the most lovable and livable city. Yeah, so What do we have? Do we have another quote? Yeah, we have Weissman, who said that for ORF it is an honor and extremely important in times of economic challenges to get something as positive as the Eurovision Song Contest back on the ground. We will deliver a great show that Austrians can be proud of and that also stimulates the economy. It has great locations, Vienna, and a lot of know-how. I am sure that all the work will result in a great final on May 16th, 2026. It also says that we present Austria to the world, and Lederer agreed, saying that we are not treading a narrow corridor but want to open up the Eurovision Song Contest and hold side events outside of Vienna, for example. And yeah, apparently preparations are going extremely well. And also we had some news about the submissions to their national final. I think it was quite a big number, which was really nice to see. So Austria national final, the submissions. I'm rediscovering my news when I'm recording. Always a pretty funny thing to do. Yep, they have closed, and apparently most of the songs are in German, so that is interesting. And it's over 400 songs that got submitted to the Austrian national final, so it will be a pretty interesting one to follow. Okay, I got another statement here and another article. This one is from RTV Slovenia, who's the Slovenian broadcaster. And we've got Natalia Gorščak, who's president of the management board of RTV Slovenia, who said that a ceasefire is not a reason to immediately agree that Israel is participating in Eurovision. That was 12 days ago. That was right after they cancelled the vote on Israel's participation. And yeah, just want to say that in the meantime, there have been violations of the ceasefire. So it's not really a up-to-date statement here, but I just wanted to share with you what she was saying. She said that it would make more sense for the EBU to exclude Israel this year and avoid the political problems that would follow. But we'll see. It's definitely up to them to decide how and what. So yeah, Slovenia, they still think that Israel should be banned. They have declared earlier in the season that they would withdraw if Israel is participating to Eurovision. So I'm pretty curious to see what's going to happen there. Alright, we got some more news from North Macedonia about their potential comeback. So they released the meeting notes from their October session, and Bobby Andonov personally reached out to the council with a Eurovision proposal. He secured funding from an Australian Authors Association and international fund. We got the key points below. So council member Ivana Efremovsky informed the council, as she had done 2 sessions prior, that the council continues to receive numerous requests from Eurovision fans asking for the country's return to the competition. Andonov emphasized that his team secured an additional international fund that would cover all expenses not included in the planned budget. He assured the council that North Macedonia would be presented in a modern fashion without the spending of Macedonian state funds. He submitted several presentations about Eurovision, his career achievements, arguments for why he should be selected as the country's representative, ROI, details on promotional campaign, and information about the team he would work with for songwriting and production. Andonov outlined specific plans regarding where the Eurovision music video would be filmed and what styling concept he intended to present. Despite the fact that the council had already expressed its position on the matter in previous messages, Efremovsky suggested that the council should provide a formal response to Andonov's request. So it's really interesting that Andonov really already has all the vision for his entry for potentially Eurovision 2026 or 2027. But then after this, in a comment on Instagram, he stated, quote, Eurovision 2026 would have been amazing, but after speaking with MRT, it looks like everything's moving towards 27. And honestly, it feels right. This gives me time to build it properly and make it unforgettable. So I think it's a good choice. Like right now, we're in October. They have not yet started the selection process. I don't know if he's starting to work on the song or not. But 2027, that gives him a lot more time to bring. Like if you go for 2026 and rush it and bring a half-assed song, that's not gonna work. But he seems to be an artist with a clear vision, and yeah, if North Macedonia is back in 2027, Bobby Andonov could be a solid representative for them, given the points that he talked about here already. Got the style and concept, where the music video would be filmed. He seems really motivated at representing North Macedonia, because he could represent Australia. This is Australian. But it seems like he really is ready to wait for North Macedonia to come back to try to represent them. And I think that's a good sign for North Macedonia. Alright, well, I've got some news from the Luxembourg Song Contest, RTL. They're gonna reveal the artists on the 30th of December. They have had auditions. 83 songs, I think, have been submitted. Here's the jury members that decided to select the finalists. We've got Elsie Bay, once and again. I love her. She's a great songwriter, so I'm really happy that she's part of that jury. There's Ludovic Alexandre Vidal, who's a songwriter. Paul Jordan, who's a Eurovision Song Contest expert media commentator. Karin Gunnarsson, who's a Swedish contest producer for, I think, Melodifestivalen? I think she's one of the Melodifestivalen producers. And Gisli Berg, who's one of the producers of Songwriters, I think. And we have got pictures from the 2 audition days. I've read already in articles that in these pictures we can see past Luxembourg Song Contest participants like Naomi Aye from 2024. She had a great song. She's a great singer. Carmen Carbonell, who was part of Rhythmic Soul Wave. She had such gorgeous vocals. There was Mana too. Good singer, not a good song. Luzak, who had a very good song, but it didn't really come together live. And Rafaela, who took part in 2024 and 2025. 2024 was great, and she was in a duet with someone, I think. 2025, I didn't really like. So, I think I can, share, the pictures. So, okay, I think these are, the jury members. Seems pretty obvious. Again, yeah, this is some behind the scenes stuff. Again, some jury members. When can we see the artists? I guess these are some artists. Okay, there are no names written below. I don't recognize anyone. Maybe these are musicians. Okay, so far these pictures are telling me absolutely nothing. Everyone seems to be in a good mood anyway. And okay, Luxembourg Song Contest additions. They seem focused and stuff, probably explaining how everything's gonna go on. Okay, him I do not know or do not recognize. So he was in the auditions. There's someone else. Okay, I thought that was a band setting up. Yeah, that's a band who's setting up their stuff. This is probably the lead singer, I guess. Yeah, okay. I can't really tell anything from the pictures for the artist, but it's just nice to see, what's going on behind the scenes there. What else is there? That dude we already saw. Oh. That's a fabulous outfit. Okay, I want her to participate in the Luxembourg Song Contest. She looks like a diva. Alright. What else do we have? Oh my god, outfit change. No, she just took off the thing she had on her shoulders. Ooh, I hope she came with a bop and got selected. This one I do not recognize either. I mean, I don't recognize anyone, basically. I don't have a great face memory. That's Elsie Bay. Her I recognize. Ooh, that's a band. That's a band. Oh, violin! Someone's bringing a violin! That could be interesting. Of course, I can't tell anything without their songs. Right now we just see their faces and how it looks. There are a fucking lot of pictures. 296. Let's speed it up a little bit. Because we still got the pictures from the second audition day. It looks like he dropped the bloody violin. Okay, he sang most of it with a violin. Next artist. Okay, that's her. It looks like someone who would sing a ballad, just based, you know, on the outfit and the vibe. I like ballads, so that's a compliment. Jeez, she's locked in. Alright, ooh. Nice outfit. Oh, that's fab. That's fabulous. Okay, I really don't recognize anyone well. Oof, the outfit change. Yeah, I would like to be a little mouse just to assist at these auditions. Okay, I think it could be really interesting. I hope Luxembourg will have a nice national final. Okay, some outfits in here, they are a choice. Really a choice. Oh my god, black and white. The drama. Okay, here's someone else. Alright. I have no idea who these people are. But, you know, maybe we're looking here and we're seeing the Luxembourg 2026 artist. You know? Yeah, this one looks like it's coming with a bop. Who's determined? Oh my, the black and white again. Okay, coming in with a crown. Lovely outfit. She's gonna be an Essa Diva style artist. That could be interesting. I don't know, this is just, you know, basal looks. And, you know, the crown. Alright, this one looks like a math teacher. Love the vibe. Then does he look like a math teacher? What is this guy is coming back at every 10 picture he's back. Oh, Queen. Icon, love her already. Alright. Love the makeup. Shiny dress. Lots of people do these auditions. Honey, what is that outfit? What are these sunglasses? I'm gonna bring back my, you know, outfit stylist just for the Luxembourg Song Contest auditions. That's Naomi Aye. Yeah, I think that's her. I'm guessing she's gonna be back with another ballad. I think she tried to come back last year and was not selected. And that's the Rhythmic Soul Wave girl. Yeah, she's an amazing vocalist. I wonder, did she break up with the band and go solo? I'm guessing she did because I do not see anyone from the band in these pictures. Here is another artist. Okay, this one is here with a very soulful ballad, I feel. But like, a lot of them are in mood to sing either diva songs or ballads. And here's another one. Nice little flower here in the hair. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna go through the pictures of the second audition. I got more than enough here. But now just because I'm stubborn, I'm going to go through all of those from first edition. Is another one of the artists. Oh my. Oh my. He's coming with a bop, this one. I feel like he's gonna be hit. Select him. Select all of them. I want to see footage of the auditions. Yeah, this is Switzerland 2011. You know, she gives me those vibes. Except Switzerland 2011 did not have a violin, I think. Hey, violin. This one comes in with a power ballad. Oh, I love the vibe here. I adore the outfit. This could be a very, very nice act. Okay, I'm gonna root for him to be in the auditions just based on how great this outfit looks. So okay, Luxembourg, I'm done with you. I am done with you a lot. I'm not gonna go through any more of those pictures. We got informations from San Marino. So the final of the San Marino Song Contest will be held on the 7th of March. There will be 2 semifinals, March the 3rd, March the 4th, final March the 7th. A total of 40 emerging artists coming from Dreaming San Marino Song Contest. So Dreaming San Marino is like the national final of the national final. You know, it's the qualifications to go through. So 40 songs from 40 artists from there will compete in those 2 semifinals. 10 of them will qualify to the grand final, and in the grand final there will also be 10 big artists probably invited by the broadcaster who will already be qualified for the final show. So 10 new artists, 10 already established big artists, 20 songs in the grand final. We all love San Marino finals, so we're gonna enjoy this one. This one might be nice. Well, their last national final was actually pretty solid. There were some good songs. They got a good winner. There was Ave Maria, who was great. There was that Swedish band who I found hilarious. There were quite some solid songs. Also the dude with the piano. Like no music, just him and the piano or something. That was a great act. Alright, so Italy confirmed their participation to Eurovision 2026, and we have got some Sanremo Rules. So 26 acts will compete in the Campioni contest for artists in Nuovo Proposte. So the Campioni contest, I guess that's Sanremo. So night 1, all 26 songs will perform with press room voting. At the end of the night, the top 5 artists will be revealed in random order. Night 2 and 3, half of the artists will perform on each night with the radio juries and televoters voting for their favorites. Each will have a 50% say in the result. At the end of the night, the top 5 artists will be revealed in a random order. Night 4, as is tradition, the 4th night will have the artists perform covers alongside guest acts. They will perform either Italian songs or international songs that were released before the 31st of December 2025. The results of this night will not contribute to the overall result. And night 5, all 26 artists will return to the stage with their songs, with all 3 juries voting. Televoting will account for 34% of the result, press room and radio jury voting 33% each. The night's results will be combined with those of nights 1 to 3, with the acts placing 26 to 6 revealed. The top 5 will then progress to a final round of voting, where we're also going to get 34% televote, 33% jury, 33% radio jury. 33%, I'm sorry, press room, and 33% radio jury. So yeah, and the winner of that round will go to Eurovision, or not, because the winner of Sanremo can decline to go to Eurovision. Like this year, Oli won Sanremo and declined, so Lucio Corsi went, who finished 2nd of Sanremo. And yeah, he got a great result for them, and is now one of my best friend's idols, by the way, Lucio Corsi, if you're saying this. So yeah, Sanremo is I have a weird relationship with Sanremo. Like, song-wise, it's always one of my favorite national finals of the year, but I am not watching any nights before night 5 because it's just too long. It's too long and I need my beauty sleep. I can afford not having that sleep Saturday nights during the national finals because the day after, yeah, I'm gonna be dead. But no, I'm not going through the nights of Sanremo apart from the final one. So yeah, these are the Sanremo rules for 2026. So we've got a little bit of drama, not really drama, you know, but I got to go for some kind of title for this section. In Vidbir, in Ukraine. So Olia Polyakova, who's a singer, had requested a change to participation rules for Vidbir 2026, which was rejected by Suspilne. Okay, I'm quoting the Eurovo article. In a statement issued today, Suspilne says it received an appeal from Olia Polyakova on October 16th regarding changes to their selection regulations for the Eurovision Song Contest. While Suspilne explains Olia did not specify which rule change was being requested, it is expected the singer wanted the removal of a rule stopping artists who performed in Crimea or Russia after March 15th, 2014 or Belarus after 24th of February 2022. Olia performed in Russia in 2015, so is not eligible to compete in Vidbir. And we got a statement from Suspilne, quote, Suspilne bears responsibility to society, takes into account the realities of wartime and considers it unacceptable to represent Ukraine by artists who conducted concert activities on the territory of an aggressor state. In Ukraine, the national selection is a large-scale event, thanks to which artists have a unique opportunity to become the voice of our country for millions of viewers around the world. So these are some news from Ukraine, and I think that the submissions have closed today in Ukraine. 2 months after the opening, we do not know how many songs will be submitted, but there will be a long list that will be formed with 15 artists in them. And they're gonna go through an audition, and I think that Vidbir will have only 9 participants, or no, it's 9 participants picked by the jury, and there's gonna be a wildcard round with an online vote to get the 10th participant. So yeah, let's see Vidbir. Vidbir is usually one of the best national finals of the year. Except for this year, that Zifferblatt one, I felt like it was not a very good edition. But the 2024 edition was the best national final of the year. So I hope they go back to these standards. So we got some news about the Festivali Kengës 2025. It's gonna be held between December the 17th and the 20th. I think Montesong is the 21st, so on the 20th we get Albania and the 21st we get Montenegro. That's very, very cool. The results will be determined, as we said, I think in another video, by 50% professional jury, 25% televoting in Albania, Kosovo, Montenegro and North Macedonia, and 25% by international online voting. Which will take place through the Festivali Kengës app. So a bit like, you know, Melody Grand Prix, when we could vote, I think we still can, via the app. We'll still be able to do that for Albania. I don't know if it will cost anything, so Eurofans, get ready to vote in Festivali Kengës. And we also got some more news with the lyricists, composers, and who did the orchestration for 6 entries. So, and also the name of the song. So Two Farm has a song called Valem Bihi, who's called Dance on the Ash. It's translated Dance on the Ashes, genre alternative, and they did everything: the lyrics, the composition. Two Farm, I'm expecting something like Atomique. and it was a great song. Alice is gonna participate with None, which means under. It's gonna be once again a ballad that he composed. Lyrics by Desara Gini, orchestration by Ariet Barbulushi. Exxon Pirecci is gonna take part with Theorem, which translates to Call Me. Genre pop. Lyrics by Aida Baraku, composition Arment Recepagici. Orchestration by Nekshat Mujovi and Wirusi. Sorry if I'm butchering the names. Andrei Kachachi will take part with Si Une, which translates to Like Me. Genre ballad, lyrics by himself, composition and orchestration by Erkan Çehika, who's an artist that I really like, very good artist. Evirecci would participate with Code of Life, genre modern ethno-EDM, lyrics by Erion Narushiti, composition and orchestration by Enis Mulay. So this could be a contender. Enis Mulay is the one who did Theotokos with Jonida Marici, which represented Albania in the Eurovision Song Contest 2019, which was a great song. Evirecci, I remember her last 3 attempts. I did not like Tier. Duai was very chill. Very nice song, and Makte was beautiful. So she's a solid artist. Giti will participate with OK, which means okay, obviously. Genre alt pop. Lyrics Beatrice Giergi, composition by Beatrice Giergi and Marcello Maria Battelli, orchestration by Shlaku de Giti. That's similar to Kitty. I'm guessing it's a family member. So if you don't know that, Beatrice Gergi is the girl from Škoda Elektronika. So that's gonna be a very interesting entry to look at it for. Giti with OK. I can't wait to see what Beatrice has cooked up for us here with the composition and the lyrics and everything. It could be great. And yeah, as always, I'm hyped for Festivali Kengës. Alright, let's get with a little bit more of a Melodifestivalen rumored artist. So we got the EC Discord thread that is so helpful. First of all, remember when Espressen talked about Korslagda debuting in Melodifestivalen? So Espressen removed them from the list of artists supposedly competing, and they now simply report that Korslagda submitted a song. More interesting though, we've got Sanna Nielsen, who's gonna come back according to Espressen in 2026. It's gonna be her 8th Melodifestivalen participation. She's gonna be in the final. These kind of artists, they qualify to the final, just they can show up, say 3 words and go to the final. That's kind of a thing with the Melodifestivalen. Like, they're so big artists just go through. She's got one of my favorite Swedish Eurovision songs, which is not a hard thing to do. I know, like, I'm not a big fan of Sweden Eurovision. I think it's my second favorite one of the last 15 years, behind Kai. Undo in 2014 was a great song. Very curious to see what she'll come up with. We also got Felix Manu, who's a singer, rapper, and producer. And that's also according to Espressen. And I don't like rap, but I love this. I'm explaining why. Melodifestivalen is... Swedish people don't hate me, but it's bland most of the time. Like, if you listen to one song, you listen to 20 songs. And then there's gonna be 10 that are interesting or really good or something. And, you know, some of these basic pop songs can be good even though they sound the same. Some would be not that good, some would be very good, but you get what I mean with the genre and all. So having a rap song here could really, you know, freshen things up, stand out. Well, so now we've got Aftonbladet. Is this Aftonbladet's comeback on Espressen, who reported 3 names. Okay, now 2 confirmed names and another one that is not 100% confirmed. So there's Jacqueline, who participated 2 years ago, I think 2023, or was it 2024? Don't remember exactly, with Effortless. That was a very good pop song. See, that's one of these songs. It's in the Melodifestivalen style, but it stands out because it's a really good song. She was great. Call the Police. We'll always remember that line. Very good song, Effortless. And we've got Patrick Jean, who took part 4 years ago with Tears Run Dry. I remember Melodifestivalen 2021 being not really good, but he he was very good. I really liked Tears and Dry, even though it was clearly a song that was not really competitive and the staging was a mess. But he had great vocals. It was very impressive vocally, where it was in the low, very high register. So yep, I'm hyped for him. And also we've got okay. Ooh, we got some new names that came up while I was recording too. So Aftonbladet also said that 18s will debut in Melodifestivalen 2026 if they can get the right sound. So 18s apparently are a group that was popular a while ago, and now they're in their 40s. So I don't know if they should be called 18s, you know? But yeah, they were 18s in 1999. So now they would be adults, I guess. Yeah, maybe you should change the name of the band. Maybe, apparently they're famous in Sweden, so Nika did mention me under the post that said that they were reported to participate in next Melodifestivalen. So Swedish people, tell me how big are they actually? And we've got some new names here, so 3 more names from Aftonbladet who are making a comeback. So we got 2025 entrant Wilhelm Buchhaus. I don't know who that is. Wilhelm Buchhaus. Okay, let's see. Melodifestivalen 2025. Wilhelm Buchhaus. Who is that? What song did he have? Okay, I'm seeing this guy and I do not remember him. The name of the song was I'm Yours. Yeah, I don't remember him at all. There's also Idol winner Simberly. I don't know if it's gonna be pronounced Kimberly, but there's a C here. And country singer Erika Johnson. Interesting. So yeah, these are even more names for Melodifestivalen. There are a lot of names now, so I don't remember everyone exactly. But let's see how this Melodifestivalen shapes up to be. I hope that Kai did manage to make it a more diverse contest, you know, like something else than the usual Melodifestivalen stuff. Alright, we've got the Montesong writers and composers behind every song, so starting with Andrea Demirovic, who's coming back after her participation in 2009. She got a song called I Believe, music by Casey McQuillan, Aidan O'Connor, lyrics Casey McQuillan, Aidan O'Connor, Andrea Demirovic, arrangement Casey McQuillan. I think Aidan O'Connor is the one that wrote Czechia 2016, which is I Stand, which was my favorite song of that year. Most undeserved 0 points from the televote ever. Then we've got Bariak Minerva, music Rade Vukcevic, Luka Perazic, Miso Vukcevic, lyrics Rade Vukcevic and Luka Perazic, and arrangement by Rade Vukcevic. I'm guessing these are the band members. Dolce Hera, Casanova 91, music Marko Čačić, Todor Tadić, lyrics Dolce Hera, arrangement Marko Čačić, Todor Tadić, Dolce Hera. Georgia with Dominoes, music Melanie Weber, Patrick Jean, who we just talked about that is going to take part in Melodifestivalen, David Lindgren Zacharias, Herman Gardarf, lyrics Eric Lehmann and that team just above, and arrangement by the team with Weber. Sorry. So okay, looks like a bit of a Swedish team behind Georgia's song. Kristina Manatovic with Oli Oli, music by Nemanja Filipovic and Leontina Pat, lyrics by Leontina Pat, arrangement by Nemanja Filipovic. Lana Lopicic with Doline, which means valleys apparently. Music by Ljubomir Stanisic, Rade Djurdjevac, Momcilo Zevkovic Seko, lyrics by Momcilo Zevkovic Seko, and arrangement by Senad Dereshevich. So Lana Vukcevic and George Savkovic with Temperatura. Wait, didn't I see Lana Vukcevic? No, Rade Vukcevic is behind the Bariak song. Maybe a family member. Music here will be by Darko Dimitrov, lyrics Darko Dimitrov and Violeta Mihailovska, and arrangement by Darko Dimitrov. So that one I'm gonna look out for because I love Darko Dimitrov. He's a great songwriter and composer and everything, so Very hyped for that one. Lara Baltic with Rhythm Boy. Everything is done by Nemanja Antonic. Luka Radovic with Piewaj Vilo, which means Sing Fairy. Music by Luka Radovic, Miloš Mihajlović Blaže, Petar Čepović. Lyrics by Luka Radovic. Arrangement by Miloš Mihajlović Blaže and Petar Čepović. Majda Bodzovic with Ipak Smoljudi, which means we are human after all. Okay, Rainbow Man. Music by Lena Kovacevic, lyrics by Violeta Mihajlovska, and arrangement by Nemanja Mihajlovic. Milanikic with Kauvarnika, which means like a spark. Music by Kristina Kovac. Oh, for a second I thought that was Tinka Kovac. Gerrit Arnold, Oliver Patokska, Alexander Kic and Milanikic. Lyrics Kristina Kovac, arrangement Gerrit Arnold. Neno Muric with Ako Čuješ glas, if you hear a voice. Music by Dejan Bozovic. Lyrics Natalia Pavicevic, arrangement Dejan Bozovic. Stefan Vukovic with Nedekodirana, which means undecoded. Music Dejan Dedovic, everything by Dejan Dedovic. Tamara Zivkovic with Nova Zora. That's really interesting because the music and lyrics are done by Boris Subotic, who I really like. His Serbian national final songs were great. And he's part of the team that wrote Montenegro this year, Nina Dzidzic, Dobrodošli, which was Raab. That was a great song. Arrangement by Marko Drečniak. And then Tina Zankic with Shadows. Music David Hutchinson, Stefan Shelar, Nils Sako. Lyrics David Hutchinson and Tina Zankic. Arrangement David Hutchinson and Nils Sako. So, I'm looking out for Tamara Zivkovic, Lana Vukcevic and George Savkovic, because it's written by Darko Dimitrov, and Andrea Demirovic, also very interested by Bariak. Georgia, maybe, let's see. We've got here a little article by Eurovoix, in which the RD program director, that's for Germany, explains why the partnership with Stefan Raab was not continued. So, if you remember well, Stefan Raab, big name in Germany, he organized the whole national final in 2025. It was a mess, it was a shit national final, even though Germany got a good result. So, you know, if you get the right song in a shit national final, you can still do well. And the thing here is that Stefan Raab said that if he did not win Eurovision, he would leave. So here we have a quote from Mr. Strobel. We said we're entering into this partnership because we want to win. Now, a year later, to say, okay, it didn't work out, we'll just keep going anyway, doesn't feel good. She explained that SWR, who have taken over responsibility for organizing Germany's participation in Eurovision, has decided with us not to cooperate with any other broadcaster for the time being. And the RD program director does not rule out the idea of collaborating with others in the future, as was previously the case from 2010 to 2012 and in 2025. This is a quote, I think we'd have to come up with something new if we were to revisit the topic of cooperation at the Eurovision Song Contest in the future, but that's absolutely conceivable and possible. So yeah, no Stefan Raab for Germany, which is honestly a good choice because that national final was a mess. He felt completely out of touch with the Eurovision standards, you know, and it was just not good. We've got also some news about 2027 with Armenia and Patrick Fiori, who's a French artist that I adore. He represented France in Eurovision 1993 with Mama Corsica, which was also sung in Corsican, which just like Son You in 2011, which is another song that I love, and Corsican music is so rich. Go listen to Corsican songs. He's of Armenian heritage, and he said in Kerepok with Lea Salame that he will represent Armenian Eurovision, that he talked with the people in charge, and he saw them, and it will be done in 2027. I think, Patrick, you got a little bit ahead of yourself. I saw ESC Tom, who was like, this feels like someone who's not really familiar with the process of selecting a Eurovision artist, and I agree. He seems out of touch with that, and I think, yeah, I agree with Tom that the Armenian broadcaster probably sent him a message like, what the fuck? Shut up And yeah, this might not be good for him that he already said that. But we'll see. Maybe Patrick Fiori will represent Armenia in 2027. We've got plenty of time till then. And this has been a longer Eurovision news episode that I planned for. I've been talking for almost an hour. I think the video will be like 40 minutes or something. So yeah, okay. Thanks a lot everyone for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, please pull a like, subscribe, follow me on social media, Blue Sky, Instagram. You know the drill. Yeah, links in description below. And yeah, I will see you someday in another video. Bye bye.